Hello guys, in this video I'll be showing you how we can make this 3D part modeling. This is the sixth practice model I'm just showing you. So let's get started. As you can see here, these are the dimensions given, and there are some dimension missing in this model. We just need to assume those dimension and proceed here. So let's make a base part. As you can see here, from 241 is the dimension, and here it is 141, and there is a arc here with a radius of 89, and as well as some holes will be there at the end. The dimensions are given as R19. So let's make the sketch. So for that I'll just create a new file and click OK. Let's go to sketcher environment, select the sketch and select the base plane, click OK. Okay, here what I will do is I will just create these three circles in the starting, so that it will be easy for us to proceed. So this is R19, so radius of 19. So let's create a dimension of 19 multiplied by 2 will be 38 diameter, and let's keep this away. And as you can see here, there is a one more circle with a 38, and then 19 multiplied by 2 will be 38, and one more on the same axis. So let's give the constraint. C is the constraint. So I'll make give these dimensions. As you can see here, this is 241 from this circle to this circle, and 108 from this circle to this circle. So 101, 108 and 241. Let's give this as 108 and this as, sorry, we don't have this dimension. Let's give 241 as from here. 241. Okay. So as you can see here, there is a we'll just draw lines which is passing, and also I think we have this dimension, that is 38. Let's give this as a 38. This is 38. Okay, now I'll draw a lines which is almost tangent to these lines. Okay. So now we have this arc here. So before that arc 89, as you can see here, there is a straight line. We need to draw this straight line, and then 89 is the radius. Then we have to make a 76 mm circle. So let's make this. First I'll just draw this straight line which is tangent, and then we will have an arc. You can just make it as blindly, so that later we can change it. It will be the radius of 89. Let's give this as 89. Okay, now what we have is this radius diameter of 76. So let's make it 76. Okay, and now these two are tangent to each other, so let's make a tangent C. Press C for geometry constraints, and let's have these two tangent, and then we'll have one more line here, this line, and this should be tangent to these two, should be tangent, and then just extrude this till the end. As you can see here, it is extruded. So let's trim all the extra portions, and let's touch these two. Okay, now we have this. See, and let's make these two tangent. And as you can see here, still we have around 3 dimensions which are okay. We have not given this dimension. Let's give this dimension. What is that? We have around 140 is the dimension. Let's give 140 linear dimension from here to this. It should be 140. Okay, let's extend this to here. So as you can see here, now the model is completely constrained. Let's finish this, and we have to extrude this now. So we'll extrude this around 19 mm thickness. As you see here, they have given 19 mm. So let's extrude this, and I'll just select the feature curve, and let's extrude this by 19 mm. Click OK. So now our base is ready. Now it is up to you which feature you are going to start. So as of now, I'm going to start this feature. So let's make this. It is having a 76 diameter, which is already drawn, and one more diameter of 50.8 and 50.72. This is a tolerance. I'm just considering the overall base dimension, that is 50. So let's make a circle with a 50 and 76 as well. So we'll go to sketcher environment again and select this. We'll go here, and as you can see, this is already 76 mm diameter. So let's make 76 diameter, and then one more with the 50, and it's the same center point. So let's constrain this again with okay, concentricity is not. Let's constrain this with these two lines. So we got this, and what is the dimension they have given? So it is from the base, it is 64. So since we have already given the 19, so we can just subtract that, and we can give the 64 minus 19. So let's select this, and let's take a single curve, and this is 64 minus 90, and hit OK. Let's make this unite with the base body. Okay, yeah. So now what we have is we have this hole here. Let's make this hole. We have already drawn the circle for that. So let's go to extrude and make this edges to visible. Select this, make this as a symmetric, and let's subtract this. Click OK and just make it as visible. As you can see here, now it is done. So I have a rib here with a 38 mm height and 25 degree angle. So let us make this. I'll just make one plane so that it will be easy for you. So plane point will be here, and this will be reflecting like this. Click OK. So now let's go to sketch and OK, and as you can see here, we have got this, and we just need to draw a line with the 8 mm height from the base. So let's make 38 mm from here to, I can see here, insert it 38 mm. Okay, and from this center it is 76 by 2. So let's make from this center to this, it is 76 by 2. Okay, and this angle is 25. Let's make this angle as 25. Okay, now it is done. Let's finish this, and let's go to make a. In order to make this, you just need to give extra. In order to make a rib, you need to give extra line here. Why? I will just explain you. Click finish, and now we have this. Let's extrude this, select this, and what is the width? I think the width is not given here. Let us assume this as 5. Okay, let's assume make a symmetric and 5 mm. Okay, it's not a subtract, it is none. Okay. Let's apply. So now again extrude. Now we got this, and let's make extrude this along the downward direction. So I'll go to extrude and select a single curve and highlight this. So I'll just select the edges of this, and here let's make this completely static frame. And okay, now we have selected that, and let's make this direction along downward direction, that is the -z axis, and let's select this value as until next. So as you can see here, now if you click OK, the rib is done. Now we have done this, and let's go to this. So as you can see here, this is around a 60 mm extrude, and it is having 40 offset from this point. So, and also some dimension is given from this point to these points. So let's create a plane at this point so that it will be easy for us. So let's go to plane command, and we have we need this point. Okay, this is our reflecting plane. Okay, and it should have an offset of, what is this? It is offset is 44 mm. So let's make a 44 mm offset, and in the it is in the reverse direction. Okay, now we have got this plane. Let's go to the plane, and let's create two circles with a 76 diameter and as well as 44 diameter. You can see here, this is 70 and this is 44. Okay, sorry, I'll just make it as 70. Okay, now we need the dimensions from this point. So we have already given this 44. This is 146 is a vertical dimension, and 41 is a, sorry, this is horizontal and this is vertical. So let us make 41 and 146. So let's go to dimension and make this as the entire assembly. From here to this point it is 41, and from the same point to this point it is 146. Okay, now two diameters are done, and let's click OK. So we have this, and we have to extrude this along this direction by 60 mm. Okay, this is done. So what we have to do is we have around the 2 ribs here along this direction with a 19 mm dimension. Let's make this first. Let's go to this plane, click OK, and we have 2 planes, 2 ribs here. This is one rib, and as well as this is the second rib. Make these constraints. So let's give this dimension as 70 so that it will be the center. So now let's make these ribs. So for that I'll just select this, and let's select the point on the curve, and let's make this point. In the same way I'll do this. Okay, now we don't need this tangency symbol. I'm just going to delete the tangency. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll give the distance between these two as 70, so that it will be in the center. As you can see here, there is no dimension given. I think, is it 77 degree? Let's try this 77 degree from the center. So the dimension as 77 degree. 76. 19 minus 76. Okay, and this also as 14. This is just an assumed dimension. Hopefully it may be different. Let's this point and this point should lie on the same point. Now I will trim this. Okay, we have got two ribs here. So what I will do is I will just extrude them. So let's do. Okay, and click OK. As you can see here, this is what we have, and also we have to extrude this. I'll just project this. It will be easy for us. So let's project this and trim this extra line. Finish this, and now we got this. We have around 19 mm. So let's extrude this. I'll just select the feature curve so that it will easy for me. Let's give this value as 0 and this should be as 19. It should be in the opposite direction. Okay, now we have got half of the model is done, and we have this rib which is of around 41 mm width. Length. So let's make this, and our model will left with only the holes. So now I will do one more plane here. Create one more plane on this center, which is reflecting this plane, and there is no offset. Let's go to curves. Sketch. This is my sketch, and let's make this angle. So it is around 41 mm. Let's select this. So give dimension from this point to this point. It is 41, and this point should be lie in sorry guys, let's make this point should lie on this. Okay, also will just okay, let's project this. Let's project this line and give this as a dimension line. I'm just going to extrude this, delete this extra portion, click OK. Now we have this line. So in the similar way how we have done here, going to create a rib. So this will be around 5 mm. OK. Now we have this extrude. Sorry. It's not a feature. let's select all the edges, so it will be done. Now go to the shaded with edges. I'll give the dimension direction along minus third axis, and it should be until next. Click OK. Unable to trim, change the trim type. So let's make it as until extended. Okay, click OK. So as you can see here, now we have done almost all the model, almost all the features. Now we are only left with these holes. Let's make these holes and finish up this model. So as you can see here, there are two holes. One is 14 mm diameter and 28 mm diameter with a depth of 2. So let's make all these holes at a time, and let's give the extrude. So I'll go to sketcher environment and let's make these holes. Okay, before that we'll be going to sketcher environment and let's do this. Okay, now we have a diameter here around, what is the diameter, 14 and 28. So we have 28 mm diameter as well as 14 mm diameter. Let's make this, and the same way 24 and 28 and 14. And 28. Okay, now we have left with the just only these dimensions. Okay, there is one more hole here at a 25 mm and 13 mm dimension. 13 mm will be from this center. So let's make constrain this, and we have one more here, this as well. Okay, go to this and 14 as well as 28. Now we have holes with a dimension of 10. As you can see here, 10 is the dimension given. So let's make a 10 mm and here on as well as. Now it's the time to constrain everything. So as you can see here, first we have to constrain these along the edges so that it will be easy for us. Press C and make these two concentric, this with this line, this with this line. Okay, now all these three are constrained. We have this width from I think 41 mm from this edge, and what about the vertical dimension? It is 70 plus 108. From here it is 70, from here it is 70 and 41. So let's make it as from here it is 70 and from vertical dimension as 41. Okay, done. And now we have this. It is from this point it is 25 and it is along this dimension, this line as well. So it is 25 mm from this edge, this circle. So let's give it as 21 mm. Okay, so now this should be in line with and this dimension should be 0. Okay, Now we are left with only this circle, so let's constrain this. It will be around 25 mm and 13 mm. So let's give 25 and 13. Near dimension from here it is 25 and from this it is 13. I hope this is not a 13, it is will be more, so let's give it as 25 for our reference. As you can see here, this dimension from here to this edge it is 38, but how come it is possible to have a 13 at this dimension? So let's give it as 25 and finish this. So we have got this, and now we left with only the extrude. So select the single curve and select these outer shell from all the circles, give the dimension as 2 mm and it should be subtracted from this body. Click OK. So now we have the other circle. Okay, so this will be around as much as you can, and Boolean operation should be subtract from this. Okay, now hit a Control W and hide all the sketches. All sketches I'm just hiding, all sheets I'm just hiding, and also the datums. Now this is our model. It is reflecting as it is, exactly like this. I hope there will be one more rib coming at this end. As you can see here, there is a rib here. You can make it similar to whatever I have shown here. It is in the same way. You can just make it on the same plane as we have on this rib. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel and share my videos. Thank you.